Well, we found that carcass of the sow that we were looking for back in January. It has been dragged down there, and there you can see it. So, state of decay on that gutted sow from way back when is there's still a little bit of hair and fur, but a lot of the bone's now exposed. The full rib cage you can see there, the tailbone, etc. Now, what was interesting was that night that we found that here was also the same night. If you look on the site, we called it a violent night in the RPRZ because that was when that tree branch broke off of that Huisache way over there. Here we are in the back field, by the way. And way over there, see that tree branch that bent over there? It's broken. And it was like on the same day that we found this this sow here. And the disposition of the two is very different. That one is in full state of decay, and the Huisache is blooming. Even the branch, which is lying on the ground. So we'll take a look at that. It's springtime in the Rocky Point Recharge Zone, the RPRZ. I am MTK, and it has been relatively dry, but we have had some rain here and there. Let's take a look at the rest of the field. So these golden blooms that are just starting here are the first harbinger of spring in Central Texas. The Huisache produces, you see all those little black dots, they're going to become yellow flowers. And all of these Huisache will be like a golden yellow in just a couple of days here. The creek bed, plenty of water around here. It's been standing long enough to be getting some moss, but so much trash, garbage, tremendous amounts of garbage being dumped here now. Much more than in previous years. So the channeling of this water is really making this area filthy. We've got to do something about it, folks. I'm not sure how to begin, even. This was our pond where we saw the catfish 2 years ago that were spawning. This is where the catfish spawned a couple of years ago. Smells bad here now. Still plenty of water under the bridges, that's good. And water in this area in the deeper pools, also good. But there's a horrid smell here right now. And lots more garbage. It's not good. So there's still a little water past the end point where it usually stops. So you can see it's drying up now. In the next few days this will be dry right here. But at least there's still a little standing water. In all these areas, we have had successful estivation. What I mean by that is right now you don't see any frogs, you don't see any tadpoles. But in 2 or 3 weeks, as the weather warms up, they will come out of the mud where they've been sleeping all winter long, and they will, there will be tadpoles and we'll have frogs. That's what estivation is. And we're seeing it here in the Rocky Point Recharge Zone for now this will be the 6th consecutive year that in those pools there under the bridge we have successful estivation, so I'm quite excited about that. Let's take a look at this broken branch. See, this thing was broken when they came to mow. I think the mower broke it, but it's not severed completely, right? It didn't break completely in that gap. And so, what I find kind of beautiful and fascinating is, as I said, the Huisache is the harbinger of spring, with these little tiny yellow blooms, and sure enough, even on that fallen branch, which was broken in winter, we have blooms, Huisache blooms. A lovely sight. Even on a broken branch there. In fact, unusually there are more on that branch than there are on the rest of the tree. I don't know if it's because it's more exposed to sunlight. It could be earlier in the morning, probably more exposed to sunlight here. Because the sun comes from, over there and it's coming down like this. But there you have it. The Huisache are beginning to bloom. The mountain laurel is also beginning to bloom. The black widow is completely barren. Black willow, sorry. The black willow is completely barren. And life in the RPRZ continues.